Well, tonight we know Josh Stein will be the next governor of North Carolina, keeping a Democrat in that office for the next 4 years.
And now we turn to the race for Attorney General, where Jeff Jackson will be North Carolina's next Attorney General. Just a moment ago, we played for you as Dan Bishop conceded. Take a look at the results right now. 52% to 48%, with 86% of precincts reporting. But again, it looks like Jeff Jackson will be ascending to that seat.
Channel 9's Evan Donovan is continuing our live team coverage. He's in Raleigh with the Jeff Jackson campaign event tonight, which is, I'm assuming, became a celebration not long ago.
Actually, you know what? There hasn't really been much reaction here, to tell you the truth, Erica and Scott. I don't think that most of the people in this room know that Bishop has just conceded this race. Obviously, if you can see behind me, it's sort of thinned out a little bit here in just the last 30 or 45 minutes, and that it coincides with when this race drastically changed. Since we talked to you last at the 10:30 spot on TV 64, the race was very tight, separated by only about 12,000 votes. And as you just pointed out, it's now about 175,000 votes, 3.5 percentage points. And Dan Bishop obviously does not think that he can make up that gap and has just conceded, as you just heard. Jackson ran this race talking about his resume, pointing out to voters that he was a prosecutor, a former prosecutor in Gaston County, and trying to draw that distinction with his opponent, making him seem like an extremist, talking about his partisan record, and trying to appeal to North Carolinians that he would be an AG that represents everyone. It's a very similar tactic to the way Josh Stein ran his campaign, and I don't believe that was an accident. In fact, I asked Jackson if he thought his fate was tied to Stein's. Here's what he said.
No, I don't think I'm locked into the same outcome as the current AG. I think he's the heavy favorite at this point. And then down ballot, it's just going to be a bunch of 1% races like mine.
Now, he spent this whole campaign talking about his calm, measured approach, hoping that that would appeal to voters, and it looks as though it has. You just heard Bishop conceding. We are still waiting to hear from the Jackson campaign. I've been talking to them earlier in the night, but I have not heard from them recently. And as I mentioned here, I'm not sure how many people in this room know that Bishop has conceded. Obviously, there should be some celebration when they find out. Live in Raleigh, Evan Donovan, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, and speaking of breaking news, we're just hearing the AP has called North Carolina, Evan, for President Trump. So that's information that has just come